Welcome to episode 14 of Speak Smart. In this lesson, we will learn the most common verbs in English. Stay with us to improve your conversation skills. Verbs are one of the most important parts of any language, and without them, a sentence is incomplete.
That's right. Verbs help us express actions, states, or conditions.
For example, verbs like run, eat, and sleep describe our daily activities.
Additionally, auxiliary verbs like is, are, was, and were are essential for expressing time and mood.
Verbs can change tenses. For instance, go in the past tense becomes went.
Verbs are often the most used words in daily conversations, so learning them is very important.
Let's start with the verb do. This verb has many uses and is also used in questions.
For example, do you like coffee? Or what do you do?
Another commonly used verb is make. This verb often means to create or do something.
For example, I will make a cake, or can you make a decision?
Another commonly used verb is get, which has multiple meanings, from receiving to arriving.
For example, I got a gift, or I will get there soon.
Auxiliary verbs like can and could are also very common and indicate ability or possibility.
For example, can you swim, or could you help me?
Another frequently used verb is have. This verb is used to show possession and in perfect tenses.
For instance, I have a car, or I have finished my work.
The verbs say and tell are also used to express statements or convey messages.
For example, she said she was tired, or he told me a story.
Let's look at the verb go, which means to go somewhere and is conjugated in different tenses.
For example, I go to school every day, or she went to the market yesterday.
Another very common verb is take, which means to take or carry and is used in various contexts.
For example, take an umbrella with you, or I will take the bus.
Additionally, the verb give, which means to give something, is very common in daily conversations.
For instance, I gave her a gift, or can you give me some advice?
The verb see is another common verb used for observing or looking at something.
For example, I see a bird in the sky, or did you see my message?
The verb know is used to express knowing or being aware of something.
For instance, I know the answer, or do you know him?
The verb think means to think and is used to express thoughts or ideas.
For example, I think it's a good idea, or what do you think about this?
The verb feel is very useful for expressing emotions or physical states.
For instance, I feel happy today, or do you feel cold?
The verb come is one of the verbs that means to come or approach.
For example, come here, please, or she came to the party last night.
The verb use means to use and is applied to describe using tools or resources.
For instance, I use my phone for work, or do you use this app?
The verb work means to work or put effort and is used for daily activities.
For example, I work from 9 to 5 inches, or she works hard every day.
Let's look at the verb find, which means to find or discover something.
For example, I can't find my keys, or did you find the answer?
The verb try means to try or attempt and is used to express making an effort to do something.
For example, I will try my best, or can you try this recipe?
The verb call is one of the commonly used verbs that means to call or to address someone.
For instance, I will call you later, or call me when you arrive.
The verb need means to need or require and is commonly used in daily conversations.
For example, I need some help, or do you need anything?
The verb become is used to express changes or becoming something.
For example, she became a doctor, or it's becoming dark outside.
The verb leave means to leave or depart from somewhere.
For instance, I will leave at 7 p.m. or she left her bag at home.
The verb put means to place or put something somewhere.
For example, put the book on the table or I put my keys in my pocket.
The verb mean means to mean or intend and is used to explain meanings.
For example, what does this word mean? Or I didn't mean to hurt you.
The verb keep is used to express keeping or maintaining something.
For instance, keep the door open or she keeps her room clean.
The verb let means to allow and is used to express permission or invitation.
For example, let me help you or let's go to the park.
The verb begin is another common verb that means to start or commence.
For example, let's begin the meeting or the movie begins at 8 p.m.
The verb see means to appear or look and is often used to describe perception or feelings.
For example, it seems like a good idea or he seems happy today.
The verb help means to assist and is used in many situations.
For instance, can you help me with this? Or helping others is a good habit.
The verb show means to display or demonstrate and is used to present or explain something.
For example, can you show me how to do this? Or he showed us his new car?
The verb hear means to hear and is usually used to describe perceiving sounds.
For instance, I can hear birds singing or did you hear the news?
The verb play means to play or perform and is used in recreational activities and music.
For example, the children are playing outside or she plays the piano beautifully.
Well, I hope these verbs have been helpful for you. Be sure to practice using them in your sentences to get more familiar with them.
That's right, practice is the key to language learning. By using these verbs in different sentences, you can strengthen your skills.
Thanks for being with us, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episodes. Good luck!